Morning, guys. We're back here at Camp Ellis, and today I'm going to give you my tip for the week, or tip of the week. So basically, this was something I was going to talk about on our last fishing trip. However, during my first cast, I hooked onto 3 mackerel and got distracted, and basically didn't follow through with what I was beginning to talk about. So basically the tip of the week this week is casting. Now, casting when you are out on the rocks, or sometimes you're on a boat and casting towards the shore, the best thing to do is do what they call fan casting. And basically what that is casting, dividing up the water in front of you into 5 sections, like, you know, like this one here will be first section, second section, third section, fourth, and fifth. Now the fish are always moving, so they're never stationary, and by doing a fan casting like this, you're actually increasing your odds of finding them. So basically what you're doing is you're searching for the fish. You're not just casting to the same spot the whole time you're there. Now, I'm lucky today because today there's nobody anywhere near me, so I can afford to do that. However, when you got guys to your left and right, that's nearly impossible to do, depending on how far they are to your left and to your right. But that's basically what I do during the so if you've seen some of my videos and I'm doing really well catching mackerel while others are having a little more difficulty finding them, it's because most of the time when you're watching them, or when I'm watching them, they're casting straight out and not really covering much water at all. So by doing this technique that I'm using right now, it's easy. I mean, you're finding the fish because, you know, they're always moving, like I said. So the best thing to do is search for them, especially if you're casting lures. You know you want to do that. Now this technique can also be applied in the freshwater. So if you're, a lot of times if you're on a boat and again casting towards the shore, you want to do fan casting also. Cover as much water as you can, because you just don't know where the fish is going to be. And I think that I'm almost certain that that's the reason why I've been catching more mackerel this year than a lot of the other anglers that's been out here fishing. Because, like I said, from what I've noticed, they're just casting into one spot, just straight ahead, instead of trying to cover as much water as possible. So that's my technique. At least that's the technique I use whenever I'm out here, and even down at the beach when I'm fishing for stripers. I usually carry 2, sometimes 3 rods, and with those 3 rods I go, I cast them all in 3 different directions. One to my right, one straight ahead, and one to the left. Again, trying to cover as much water as possible. Oh, and I think I just messed that one up because I cast it again to number 2 instead of number 4. So yeah, so if you put a number to it, it's basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's how you should fish a jetty, especially when you're fishing for mackerel. And again, I have to emphasize, you can't do that when you have a lot of people around you fishing. That can only work when you have the space to do it. Otherwise it's gonna be a big mess. Let's just say if somebody catches something and they cast over your line, or you cast over their line, that's not cool. So let's go back to section 4. And so far nothing seems to be happening on the riverside with our cod mackerel, and nothing is happening on the ocean side right now either. So, and the time now is 7 o'clock, so we're about an hour away from full tide. By this time we should already be catching them if they are in the area. So we've been here about 40 minutes and haven't seen any sign of any kind of fish, really. Haven't seen any birds feeding. There's only one other guy fishing down there and I haven't seen him catch anything. So basically, like I said, this is I came here today basically just to see if the mackerel are still in the area.